28th February is National Science Day, and on this day, I want to share with you some of the influential women scientists within our own country. In 2009, the Indian Academy of Sciences, Bangalore, published a very valuable book, Leelavati's Daughters, a collection of biographical sketches from women who are doing science now at different levels and with different degrees of success. Who is Leelavati? She was the daughter of 12th century mathematician Bhaskaracharya, for whom he wrote a treatise Bijaganita, the first student of mathematics. We see innumerable descendants in this volume, Indian women of science. Now there are about 100 contributors from all branches of science: mathematics, physics, biophysics, biochemistry, astronomy, meteorology. We learn from these articles the way women were treated in those laboratories, in the classrooms, and how they were trained by some teachers to appear for national talent examination and others. I want to share with you about one or two people who made a mark working with C.V. Raman sir. One is Amma Mani. Her student wrote this article about Amma Mani. Anna Mani was born in 1913 in a prosperous family in the state of Travancore. All the boys were trained for higher levels of career, and daughters were primed for marriage. Mani would have none of it. She read almost all books, both in Malayalam and English, by the time she was 8. On 8th birthday, she was offered a set of diamond earrings as a gift, which she refused. Instead, she opted for a set of Encyclopedia of Britannica. Thus, the world of books opened her a new idea of social justice. In 1925, there was a Satyagraha, Vaikom Satyagraha, organized by Mahatma Gandhi for the entry of Dalits into temples. Anna Mani became increasingly drawn to freedom movement. She pursued her studies and enrolled in honors program in physics in the Presidency College of Madras. In 1940, a year after finishing the college, she got a scholarship to do research at the Indian Institute of Science and was accepted as a graduate student in C.V. Raman's laboratory. At that time, Raman's laboratory was immersed in the study of diamonds for various reasons. Raman had a collection of 300 diamonds from India and Africa, and every student of Raman was working on some aspect of the diamonds. Amma Mani recorded, analyzed fluorescence, absorption, and Raman spectra, including the temperature dependence on polarization effects over the diamonds. The experiments were long and painstaking. She spent long hours in the laboratory, sometimes working through night. She submitted in 1945 her PhD thesis to Madras University. She was given scholarship to go to England. However, she was not given PhD on the plea that she did not have MSc degree. Even today, her completed PhD dissertation remaining in the library of Raman Research Institute, she bore no grudge. She left for England again and ended up in specializing in meteorology and meteorological instruments. She joined Indian Meteorological Department, Pune in 1948 and published a number of papers and retired as a Deputy Director General of Indian Meteorological Institute and made light of her difficulties and discriminations she encountered as a woman scientist. Now another one, Kamala Sohni, as told by Vasumati Dhruv. Kamala Bhagavat was the daughter of Narayan Bhagavat, engineer. He studied in Tata Institute of Science, now Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Kamala finished her BSc and applied for research in the institute. At that time, C.V. Raman was its director. He did not think a woman scientist to be a research scholar. Kamala refused to accept this refusal based on gender bias. A firm believer in Mahatma Gandhi, she staged a satyagraha in Raman's office till she was admitted. Raman admitted her on condition that for 1 full year she would be on probation, means she would work and the work would not be recognized until the director was satisfied about its quality. And the second one, her presence should not distract his male researchers from their work. Kamala accepted these conditions, crossed the first hurdle. After observing for 1 year, Raman was satisfied about her sincerity and discipline. She was allowed to do research in biochemistry. Raman was impressed enough to admit lady students. From that onwards, it was another victory for Kamala. She worked later on became a professor in biochemistry in the Institute of Science, Bombay. Her work conducted on the introduction of Neera in the diet of tribal malnutritioned adolescent children and pregnant women caused significant improvement in their overall health. She received Rashtrapati Award for this work. Thus, please find time to read this book and learn how to become a scientist surmounting all the difficulties.